Hello once again, ladies of the 21-day Fibroid Fix. This is Laurel, the Fibroid Flower Child, and I'm so glad that you're with me today. I am going a little bit deeper now into my discussion about the homeopathic remedy called Phosphorus. I found a really good YouTube video, and that is what I'm citing right here. It is a 12-minute, 13-minute video called Phosphorus Homeopathy Drug, and it's put out by the YouTube channel Mind Heal. The only reason that I'm going ahead and basically going over what was said in that video is because the video really helped me. I'm hoping that it'll really help you. The lady that speaks in it has a bit of a strong Indian accent, and so I had to watch it a bunch of times before I could comprehend it, but I love that video and I highly recommend it. She starts out discussing the essential chemical element of phosphorus. It says it has the symbol P, it's atomic number 15. There are two kinds of phosphorus. There's white phosphorus and there's red phosphorus. The one that's most abundant on the earth is white phosphorus. She says that, let's see, it's next to calcium. Next to calcium, it's the most abundant chemical in the body. 85% of phosphorus is found in the bones and in the teeth. And it primarily is for growth and repair of body tissue. It's required for energy production and for balancing and or regulating the acids and the bases in the body. It also says that phosphorus is essential for protein synthesis. As an element, it's highly flammable, it ignites easily, it's highly volatile, and it instinctually ignites in the air. And there's definitely a correlation in my findings between phosphorus as an actual physical element and phosphorus as a homeopathic personality type, because that, honestly, that describes me pretty well. I'm pretty volatile. I ignite easily. And like a match, I go out really easily too. That's the phosphorus personality type. I'll go on to tell you what she says. There's the phosphorus patient, the phosphorus type. They're usually tall. They're usually slim. They look well proportioned, and they often have dark hair with a copper tinge. And my hair is bleached, but every now and then my hair does have sort of a reddish tinge to it, especially when I let it go natural. Let's see. Okay, so the phosphorus patient will have these are just typicals, by the way. This isn't hard and fast. This isn't always the way it is, and you won't necessarily match with absolutely everything, because as you can see, my hair isn't that dark. They typically, though, the phosphorus type will have delicate skin, and they will flush and blush easily. They like cool foods. They like cool drinks, cold foods, ice creams, and they like salty foods as well. But what they don't do well with, and what they're not particularly fond of, is hot foods and hot drinks. And I never noticed that about myself, so I'm not really sure if that pertains to me. I know I got hooked on coffee for years, but to be fair, I did not down it when my cup was super hot. Like, my best friend and I have very different body types, and her cup of coffee would be gone in 5 or 10 minutes. Mine would be gone in 2 hours. I will just nurse my coffee. I don't care if it's cold. I do like it hot though, and I've come to really find comfort in hot drinks, but it was never my thing. It didn't have to be hot. The phosphorus patient, the phosphorus personality type, will also have fear of the dark and fear of being alone. And that is me. That is how I've always been. In fact, even as an adult, I still don't like turning off the light switch, like the overhead light when I go to bed, because I'm out of bed. And then I have to run and jump in bed and watch out for the witches under the bed who might grab my ankles. And so it's, of course, ridiculous, these fears, but I'm just being honest. I have a fear of the dark, a fear of being alone. The phosphorus patient will have fear of failure in business, or fear of failure in general, even to the extent of being afraid of illness, being afraid of death, just letting their fears somewhat get the best of them. They oftentimes have a clairvoyance, in fact, of negative fears, like something bad is going to happen. That's typically seen in the phosphorus personality type. And while this lady goes ahead and calls that clairvoyance, I'm leery of that. I want to say that we are all powerful manifestors, and we sort of see what we want to see. And so I've worked hard at, if I see something in a negative way, or if I have a fear in a negative way, I might try to control that, or I might try to redirect my perspective or my attention. It says that the phosphorus personality type will generally feel better with sleep and with lying on their right side. They generally feel worse with a change in the weather. They'll generally feel worse with a change in the weather, with morning and evening times, lying on their left side, and exerting mental or physical energy. The phosphorus personality type is often open, expressive, and affectionate. And they often have artistic flair, which I think is pretty funny since I was an art teacher in another life. They're energetic, they're lively, but the energy and the liveliness diffuses quickly due to the signature of the phosphorus personality. That's kind of me. A lot of these are kind of me. And this may not resonate with you. This may not be for you. I'm just sharing what worked for me, what I've found, what resonated for me. I was kind of shocked when I found an article from Practo.com that talked about you may not need surgery. You may be able to use homeopathic remedies to heal your fibroids. And then, doing more research, going down the rabbit hole, getting lost on YouTube, I came across this Mind Heal channel that talked about the phosphorus as a homeopathic drug. And I just am shocked at how much this resonates with my body type and my personality, which I didn't realize. When you're looking at the body type and the personality, that's Ayurveda. That's an Ayurveda medicine or practice. So then I went on to learn about Ayurveda. But it says they're energetic, they're lively, but it diffuses quickly due to the signature of their personality. That's just how they are. And then it says that these types need a lot of stimuli to bring out their effervescent and imaginative nature. And yeah, that's super me. I admit it. But to be fair, along those same lines, I'm effervescent and I'm imaginative. So, okay. They're general optimists and they love to be the center of attention, although they may wilt under pressure. And that may often come across as being indifferent to family and close friends, which is strangely true. I didn't realize that. It says, this is seen due to the issue of identity, which relates back to the periodic table, and the third row of the elements in the periodic table all of those elements have identity issues. That just blows my mind. I don't really know about chemistry and the table of elements and the periodic table. I'm just like shocked. I know that they all are in relation and they're all in order and it all makes sense, but I don't know about that stuff. I studied English and poetry and American education when I was in school, when I was in college. So I'm just like shocked that the periodic table relates back to identity issues in a homeopathic sense. So then it goes on to describe the phosphorus child, or the phosphorus person isn't content with the identity that they've received from their parents or from their close ones, their close friends or family. It says they feel the need to have their own identity apart from what is chosen for them. They're like, I'm not you. I have an identity apart from you, from what you have given me. Which I just find to be fascinating. Like, I don't even know what that means, but I have a feeling that that's meant a lot to me in my life. The thing about the phosphorus personality type is also that they're often really good beginners and bad finishers, because they are very easily excitable and they start many things. Although they're bad finishers because they run out of stamina and they get tired easily and they leave things unfinished or incomplete. To be fair, I did notice that about myself even when I was a child. I remember deciding I was going to do a detailed, thorough cleaning of my room and reorganize everything, and about halfway through I remember being like, this isn't fun anymore. And it's always kind of been that way. Like, I have to be careful what projects I start because I may not want to finish them. It says that because of this, the phosphorus constitution can be said to be all light but no heat. I kind of like that. It says the phosphorus person is charismatic, meaning they have an ability to attract attention, they attract the admiration of others, they're a seeming good leader, and very good communicators. One even can feel invigorated and even energized around the phosphorus personality. It says they're intensely sympathetic and acutely sensitive to mood, atmosphere, and sensory impulses. They're also anxious. They're anxious when they're alone. They're somewhat clairvoyant, but it tends to be that they feel something bad will happen. And again, I don't know if that's clairvoyance or manifestation, but I try not to give into feeling that something bad will happen. It says that the phosphorus personality type is prone to burnout emotionally and physically. Emotionally, that will lead to depression and nervous exhaustion. Physically, it leads to illness. And in this case, it says that a dose of phosphorus quickly restores the spark. And that's where I realized that phosphorus is what's on the tip of a match. It's what makes the spark on a match. And that bright flash of light is definitely a lot like me. And it says the phosphorus patient wants attachment. And the last thing it says is the phosphorus patient gives love and affection to others, but the way they give love is the way they want it in return. So there you have it. Those are my quick notes about phosphorus as a homeopathic drug. And again, I encourage you to find what works for you, to do your own research, to go down your own rabbit holes, follow your beliefs, follow your heart, see what you come up with, and then, talk to others, talk to your community, find your people and see what they have to say too. I don't recommend going it alone, but there's so much out there. There's so much information out there. I wish you the best. And keep me posted how you're doing. That's all for now. Peace and love. Bye.